obviously what you're going to use here, I understand that. So you're going to have .com, but you want to have your launch in US, for instance, .com, but you want to have launch in US.de. Launch in US is really not a good example, but you know, IBM.de, IBM.fr, IBM.cn. Because otherwise, people will, if you're successful, if you're not successful, it doesn't matter. If you're successful, people might take that domain name, and there's nothing you can do about it. You'd have to go through a long legal process to try to reject them, assuming that you have, in fact, trademarks and the power to prove that your brand is valuable. And if you do it ahead of time, it's a few $100s, and you have the domain name. You will need separate pages, subsites for certain countries, regions, languages down the road. So try to keep that in mind as you design your website. One example that I like is the Canon site. Now, of course, if you are launching a company, you're not quite the size of Canon globally, but it gives you an idea of what's interesting. So this is the global site, and you have different geographic areas, and that's what you want. Or you can go to products, support, various other things that are interesting to people. There's also a corporate site. That's what I mean in terms of how to design a site so that later on it can easily be globalized. Now this is probably the cheapest thing to do, because if your site is all screwed up, you can relatively easily put it back together. But if you can do it right from the beginning, why not?